Hey YouTube, they say knowledge is power. Well, Ralph Waldo Emerson does anyway. And if it is, I'm probably on par with my boy Schwarzenegger here. Anyway, the point of this video is to show you all the stuff you can do without wasting your time on Xbox and TV all day. This is just some of the books I got from college left over and some stuff on building skills. We'll get to that later. Well, we'll do it first, actually. The most important one as an atheist I found was the Bible. That tied up everything and correlated everything into one big... It was like the missing puzzle piece I was searching for. Then I found this. I haven't got to read too much, but I think it details like intelligent design in the universe and mathematical patterns, like all that 22.5-degree masonry stuff, except it's God's perspective, I think, I don't know. But without getting too much into trying to force it down your throat, some really useful books I think y'all are going to need for skill building. My skill building pile is, I don't know, here. This is, I have no idea. I guess nothing. You saw the book on knots. That's basically how to work with cord and line and knots and stuff. Good for making a shelter. This here would be good for any survival kit. The U.S. Pocket Survival Guide. And it was only $15. Mechanical drawing. I'm not artistic at all, but I like to design stuff, and I can't ever do it from my head to paper, but I'm going to try. So I taught myself mechanical drawing and got some of this. I don't know if you can quite see I don't even draft paper. But man, check out some of these designs they want you to make, man. Fascinating. This book taught me there's one, how to make the gears I'm going to use for my windmill. This axe book came with my felling axe from I can't pronounce it, there it is, Gransforsbruck, Sweden, and it's a great axe. In this book, it's about 20 pages. It teaches you all about the different carpentry axes and some tree taking down techniques, tree felling. This thing was pretty useless. It actually confounds my math skills. I hate carpentry. They're stupid. I can't even read a tape measure once you get past halves because they do like 5/16 and improper fractions drive me berserk. But this was kind of useful for $15 if you're really into construction. Here's the regular survival manual. I don't know why I bought it, because you'd only need this one or the pocket one. This one maybe has a little bit more stuff. So $30, you can get them both. I'm trying to teach myself how to throw weapons, because all these people with their guns, you're going to run out of ammo eventually, so, you know. I got me a boomer, a boomerang and a tomahawk. That's what they call them in their videos. And some throwing knives, so it's a lot harder than archery. Even though archery, there's so many variables. When I'm going to carve my own bow, like wind speed and altitude and stuff. But I'm getting distracted, so, I figure you gotta make an income if you're gonna do this homesteading thing, so I'm not... And wood's all around. I mean, you got a big tree. I'm not very good at it yet, but this was only $13. I think I even got it cheaper than that on my book site. I think it was like $8 to $10 actually. And you know, I figure I'll carve some things like that and use it for barter or trade, you know. This book is kind of useless unless you're a hardcore trapper. I mean, I just wanted something basic, and this is going into designing the traps themselves, which I could have not spent $20 some on a book for. This here, you can even get this at Home Depot, and it's pretty cheap. It says it's $14, but I got it for a lot cheaper than that at Home Depot. And it's it'll teach everything you need to know about watts and amps and stuff like that, which will come in handy if you want to put in some solar panels and just, you know, rig up a simple lighting system. I mean, that looks like putting in a light receptacle. It's really not hard at all, people. Just make sure you never work on anything live. And live means there's voltage going through it or electricity. So it's north and south, positive, negative, 2 plus 2, basically. The hard part's circuitry and whatever. So here's another cheap little knot book. This one was actually, that one was like $3. And it's just a little pocket guide. This one here has more advanced stuff. It'll be good for shelters. I don't even know what any of these are called. But you know, if you ever need to, there's some sailing and fishing knots. I'd add this to a top 10 kit. Medicinal herbs, learning what you can eat and not, whatnot. It says it was $40, but it was actually half price, 25. So, well, about 40% off. I mean, I don't know very many yet. I just know cattail and some witch hazel and stuff. But if you want to feed yourself, man, and you got to wait for your crops to grow, if you're a farmer, you know, you got to eat what God provides you, whether it's fish or plants. And these are nutritious, and it's fairly easy to get confused with poison, though, so you definitely want to get a guide. I would not just go out and start eating plants, or you might end up very seriously poisoned. So look it up. This isn't quite a skill book, but I found it very interesting because I think I got a message to just pick this up when I was shopping for my books, because Isaac Newton's got some similar to beliefs to me. This crazy dude shoved a knife through his eyeball to experiment with the light spectrum, man. I mean, look, here he is, dude. Oh, Newton was crazy, man. I like hardcore guys like that who do what it takes. You know, here's another thing. I decided to teach myself carpentry, and I'm not I think anybody could do it if you have the patience and, you know, if you have basic algebra skills. It's really just being able to measure and cut stuff, you know, if you can use hand tools. And if you can follow design plans. I mean, it helps being able to design it yourself. But yeah, I definitely. Because I can't even build a roof or nothing, but get something on carpentry. This is a good one. Learning how to do solar projects. It's got everything from solar lighting, putting in a solar panel from solar lighting and stuff, to a solar food drying rack, which I'm going to make. This one was kind of useful. Let's see what the price was. $17. Yeah. Like if you're an amateur like I am, it tells you some tools and stuff to get, and some basic tips and tricks. Here's another great one if you want to do homesteading. I'm not a book salesman either. I just like to read. Where's the price? 20 something. But that has everything. A little bit of basic gardening, pottery, animal husbandry, making a workshop, candles. Just a quick crafts. That's about it for my skill building section. If you can afford it, I definitely recommend this. Even though our Federal Reserve is not backed by gold, which makes no sense, you'd want to get some since it'll always have value. This here was a waste of money. Go with the army style. I don't know why I bought this, especially because it was 25 bucks. I mean, look at it. This guy tells you to fight a grizzly bear and a guy with a pipe. And it's basically one of them zombie apocalypse ones. I mean, it just doesn't seem, a lot of it doesn't seem very practical for the one or two actual decent tips you get out of it. I don't know what this is. I just found it. Basic first aid, definitely come in handy. This is if you're a designer or something, engineer, carpenter, it'll help you. Shows you some basic, like Abraham Lincoln's cabin is in here, not the actual plans, but what it looks like, so you can make your own designs off of it. And some basic construction techniques. Here's some stuff. Here's my engineering pad. I think we did that. I don't know. Can't remember. I don't know what this stuff is. Oh. Voltage. This must be my circuitry stuff. Yeah, that looks like a circuit to me. I have no idea what it is. I can't remember. Blueprints. I'll have to reteach myself all this stuff. Maybe Ohm's law or something. Alright, yeah, that's military junk. It's probably classified. Here's some mathematical skills you might need. You can teach yourself some pretty basic physics if you want. As well as geometry, I'd recommend. Some more physics, calculus. A good foundation in at least algebra is essential if you want to do it yourself. And algebra's not hard. If you can add and multiply and stuff, you can do algebra. Here's some chemistry experiments we've done. I don't know what this list of stuff is. It looks like the new system of ions. Yeah, how to ionize. Whatever. That's just college notes, not important. Here's my lab. Ah, look, a free periodic table. You can never have too many of those. There's a chemistry book. There's the lab. And this is pretty cool because it teaches you some chemistry experiments. Here's back in 2009, I took this economics class, and I don't know where it's I should have went through and highlighted where it said we're not backed by gold anymore. And that'll tell you that we're heading for this collapse. And you know what? I was blind back then and I didn't pay attention. I could have had 3 some years instead of 3 months to prepare. Alright, since this is getting long now, I don't know, junk. This is just stories and stuff if you get bored. More math. Here's how to learn algebra. And here's the atmosphere. You definitely want to study this to learn about the possibilities of HAARP and if it's even possible. I really don't think it is. I think they can do some things like creating cloud coverage and stuff, but there's just the theory. I didn't read into it because it sounds so ludicrous to me, but it sounds like they ionize the atmosphere or something with Tesla coils, and then I don't know what it's all about, but it sounds preposterous. But you know, at least learn about the atmosphere before you go saying Obama is in the White House with a little Xbox controller sending hurricanes and stuff to Florida and New Jersey and whatnot. So there you go. I mean, you can learn all. You'd be amazed at the stuff you can learn if you just put down the Xbox and turn the TV off. And it's a lot more fulfilling, I'll tell you that much. So there's just some stuff I'd recommend you get started on if you want to be a do-it-yourselfer, and hopefully it helps. And I'm not trying to make you feel dumb or nothing. Don't misinterpret the point of this video. It's just some things I think you should contemplate to get a basic foundation. Alright, I hope it helps, and feel free to ask me any questions. Take care, people.